Awesome. So yeah, finding your Shavasana. If you have a block or something that you can use to support yourself at some point, just have it like towards the middle of the mat. We're gonna go to both sides. But if not, then we're just gonna enjoy whatever happens. So finding yourself on your back, just begin to arrive in the space. Yeah, with whatever has happened today, with whatever has sort of been on your mind or is on your mind right now, just beginning to let things settle. Yeah, the physical body has so much beautiful, sort of intricate movement that's constantly happening. And we are constantly stirring this as we're moving through space and we're moving through our postures on the mat. And in this moment, when we sort of just lie here, we can begin to notice things as they settle. A moment of quiet for the body and the mind. Maybe even allowing for the mind to find blank, which is quite hard. You know, sometimes I even just imagine like a white sheet of paper in front of me. And see just if you can hold that for a moment. Just nothing. It's fleeting, but it's possible. Noticing the body as it's held by the earth below you. And sort of deliciousness of being held. And throughout today's practice, we're going to tap into that sense of being held. Like what feels good? Being held often feels good because we are able to sort of give in to our own sensation. So throughout our movement meditation today, seeing if we can allow our body to hold us. Allow for some indulgence in what feels yummy. Yeah. And I'll offer our guru mantra. If you know it, you're welcome to join. Om Gyana Timarandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Honoring all that has brought us to this moment, the beautiful teachers and guides, plants, animals, rocks, water, fire, all of it brought us to right here. You can take a deep breath in through the nose, letting it out through the mouth, beginning to fill the space of the body with breath, inhaling, inflating the low belly. Mid-belly, upper chest expands, crown of the head open. And exhaling, notice as the bones fall closer to the earth below you. Inhaling to fill all the feet, the bones, the pelvis, the belly, back of the heart, throat. Again, crown of the head open. And exhaling to fall softer. Deep, deep breath in. Exhale, letting it go. Drawing the right knee into the chest as you are ready. And just finding a little bit of movement here. Seeing if we can continue that beautiful breath. It often leaves us, but we can always bring it back, yeah? So taking a nice deep inhale, finding a little massage in the inner hip crease. Letting it go. What feels good? Yeah, it's a hard question to answer sometimes, but seeing if you can tap into that today. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Reaching for the calf or the outside of the foot, perhaps. We're moving into a half happy baby. So if you can reach for the outside of the foot, nice bend in that right knee. Can let that knee open up to the side. It might feel kind of crunchy and early for this, but again, seeing if you can indulge. Stretching it feels good. We forget this. I'm kind of hesitant to it, but seeing if we can allow ourselves to go into it. Maybe rocking side to side, A little extension and deeper bend in that right knee. I've been saying this, but I've really been humming a lot when I'm practicing my asana. I really feel like a little bit of sound can kind of help with a little bit more letting go. And finding a place of stillness, allowing the foot to be flexed, and pulling that knee right up into the shoulder pit, the armpit, and planting the pelvis deep into the earth. We'll just take 3 breaths, deep inhale. Exhale, reaching out through that left heel. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more breath here. And as you exhale, begin reaching over with the left hand for that right foot. We're going to do this sort of a variation on pigeon, but it's a little different because we're not going to bring up the left knee, but just beginning to pull the right foot over to the left side of the body. And you'll notice that the outer hip begins to talk to you. Maybe holding onto the ankle if that's a little bit better. You can even place the right palm on the knee. Just finding a little bit of movement here is different from when we compress in and just pull the knee in, yeah? Because we're turning the hip out. So seeing if you can root down through the pelvis, opening up that right hip. We'll take 3 breaths here, deep inhale. Exhale. Deep, deep breath. Exhale, letting it go. One more deep inhale. And exhale, letting it go, sliding that left palm up to the right knee now, extending the right arm out to the side, and gently pulling that right leg across the body, finding an early twist. We untuck that left shoulder. Just allow this to be quite passive. You can let the right shoulder lift off of the ground. Seeing if you can begin to release in the body. I kind of think of these early stretches in our practice, makes me think of morning time when we are getting out of bed and just super intuitive. Yep, feels really good to just open up this stretch, the front of that right shoulder is opening, the low spine. Let's take one more breath here. And as you exhale, softening, bringing the right knee back into the chest, giving it one last squeeze, and then extending it out next to the right. You can go ahead and sort of shift the body almost like you're trying to get a little bit deeper into the earth. And then bring that left knee in. So do the same on the other side. So we'll start with just giving a nice squeeze into that left knee. Continuing our breath, little massage in the inner hip crease. I know the inner hip crease can be very tender for a lot of us. We just hold a lot there. Yeah, it's different for everyone, but we tend to, it's a very protected place of the body, the home, sort of sensual place for us, reproduction, all of this can be tender. Yeah, so listen to that, but also indulge in what feels good. As you're ready, you can draw the left palm to the outer edge of the left foot or perhaps the ankle or calf. And then we're finding that half happy baby once again. So letting the knee come out to the side of the torso, finding a little bit of movement here. Again, reaching with that right heel away from the body like you're stepping into something. And breathe. Maybe finding some stillness. We'll take 3 deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale, pressing the back of the pelvis into the earth. Deep breath in. Exhaling. Deepest breath in. And exhaling completely, drawing the right palm this time to the left foot or left ankle or calf. And begin pulling the leg across the body, just so you start to notice that left outer hip beginning to find some sensation. Yeah, our inner hips, our outer hips, both are they just are so beautiful because they hold for us. And sometimes that feels a little crunchy. Find a little movement. And then send that breath deep into these spaces. Taking a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale. Exhale, really rooting through the back of the pelvis. Shoulders are rooting down. One more breath here. Exhale, letting it go. Right palm comes to the outside of the left knee. This time pulling the knee across the body, finding that nice twist again, seeing if you can untuck that right shoulder, and then just let the chest kind of splay open here. Yeah, it's quite passive. We don't need to anchor ourselves. We don't need to do so much. Perhaps right now we can just be and let the body enjoy a nice sort of expansion in the low spine, the front of the chest, the left shoulder opening. And take 2 breaths together here, inhaling, filling the body. Exhale to soften. Deep breath in. Exhaling. Drawing that knee back into the chest. One more nice big squeeze. And drawing the right knee into the chest as well, squeezing both legs into, or both knees into the chest, drawing the chin into the chest, knee pulls in. Nice big compression here, really squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then soften the grip, pulling onto the backs of the knees, begin finding a little rock here. About like 5 rocks here. This is a great way to sort of wake up the spine as well. Nice massage on the back of the body. And once you've had enough, just crossing the ankles, rolling over the knees, and finding your way to a tabletop. And from this tabletop, we'll actually start off by just going right into our toe pose, my favorite posture, only because it's the best way to build a good foundation, in my humble opinion. Yeah, so tucking the toes behind you, making sure everybody's untucked here, and then sitting back into the hips. Yeah, a little challenge today. Usually I say you can leave your palms on the ground, but I think this will be nice for us all. Clasping the palms and flipping them out, and then reaching the arms above the head. You can let the shoulders come up for a moment, and just give your pelvis a little bit of a wiggle. It'll be a nice release in the low spine, and then let the shoulder blades fall down the back of the body, away from the ears, and we'll just find 5 breaths together. Yeah, you'll notice deep sensations coming into the feet. We got this. It's totally great. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, letting it go. Inhale, filling the base of the pelvis, belly expands, heart opens, crown of the head opens. Exhale, bones fall together. Yeah, same breath, different shape. Deep inhale. Exhale, letting it go. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhaling. 1 more breath here. As you exhale, releasing the fingertips, sweeping them out, 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 reaching away, clasping the palms behind you. We're just going to take 1 breath here, clasping the palms, opening up the heart. Inhale. And then releasing that. Palms can come down to the mat. And just sitting back on the feet and tuck the toes. And give a nice little massage to the tops of the feet. I always sweat from toe pose, so good one up. Yeah, good thing to do first thing in the morning as well. Planting the palms, coming back into your tabletop, then begin making your way through some cat-cows. Finding your breath inside of this. To inhale to drop the belly and lift the crown and the tail. And exhale to curl the spine, really drawing the chin towards the tailbone. When you find your cow pose, opening, really spreading the body, front of the body so open, and exhaling, really condensing the front of the body, drawing yourself together. And from here, finding any intuitive movement, begin tapping into that what feels good. Yeah, we do this practice to challenge our bodies, but it's also to bring us to a deeper state of peace and wellness, which involves feeling good. Yeah, sensations are there for a reason. So leaning into what feels good today, feels yummy. Let's talk about movement as being yummy. And maybe, I don't know, I hope that resonates with you. You can find your neutral tabletop spine when you're ready. Just checking in that the shoulders are right over the elbows, over the wrists, pressing gently into the tops of the feet to engage the core. And we're going to do a little bit of shoulder work here. So what we will do is drop the heart between the arms so that the shoulder blades come together. And from here, pressing into the palms, the shoulder blades open. Yeah, so it's a little bit of a shoulder push-up. The elbows stay straight. You can bring the elbows to face the front of the mat, and then dropping the heart down, pressing into the palms to lift. We'll just do this 3 times, dropping it down, and then pressing to open. This is also quite a nice massage in the shoulders, as well as being strengthening. Yeah, one more like that. And from here, we'll find some shoulder rolls, which is kind of funny because you have the weight on your palms, but it's, again, quite a nice way to find strength and also some openness. So really rolling the shoulders, just like you were sitting and rolling your shoulders, you can draw them up to the ears, draw the shoulder blades together, draw them down the spine, and then press into the hands, yeah? So finding this sort of forward yumminess. I have a lot of like crackliness going on underneath my collarbone, so that's kind of fun. You know, we just learn these things about ourselves. You can switch directions as you're ready. Your shoulders and your elbows and your forearms might be a little fatigued. That is so great. Yeah, our bodies do work for us, and that is beautiful. Taking a few deep breaths. Then one last thing, if you need a break for your elbows, just sit back and move your wrists and then come right back into it. One last thing for a little bit more stability, we're gonna do this sort of little dipping push-up. I don't have a name for it, but I think it can be really helpful. You'll bend the elbows out towards the side of your mat, the long edges, and then you just scoop the elbows towards the rib cage, and from there, extending the elbows towards the front of the mat. Yes, this is a really great training for chaturanga arms. So as you bend the elbows, they'll go out to the side, scoop them together into the rib cage, and then press the elbows long. We'll do 3 more together, dropping down, elbows out, scooping them together, and then pressing them long. 2 more, out with the elbows, scooping them together, and then bringing yourself high. Out, together, and in. And from here, just sitting back onto the hips, you can walk the palms back and just sit in your Virasana for a moment, giving your wrists a little bit of a roll. Someday I aim to do all of those in plank. I think that would be the best thing ever, but I don't know. It's a lot of strength. Yeah. You can plant the palms as you're ready. Just tuck the toes behind you, shifting up and back, finding first down dog of today's practice. I imagine all 3 of you have already done down dog today, just knowing you. So letting it be new, letting it be, again, good. I think we all love down dog for so many reasons, because it really is such a full body experience. So pawing the feet side to side, really opening up the sides of the body, the backs of the hamstrings, the low spine. That feels good. And finding some stillness as you're ready. You can inhale to lift the right leg high, open the hips to stack the pelvis. And just taking one moment here, taking a deep, deep breath, opening up the hips, exhaling fully. Next inhale, extending the leg long, and then exhale to close the pelvis so toes point down. Really square hips. Inhale to lift the inner right heel a little higher, and then exhale to step outside of the right palm. Left knee and toes can come on down to the mat. Content the fingertips, and inhale to open up the heart towards the front of the mat. And find this nice lizard pose, shifting side to side for a moment. Settling in, and we'll take 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, softening. Deep breath in, opening up that front body, so nice. Exhaling completely, 1 more breath here. And then exhaling to plant the palms, tuck the toes, stepping back to your down dog. Noticing it feels super different already. Your body's constantly changing. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. sealing the lips. Inhale. Out through the nose. Inhale to lift the left leg high. This time, open up the hips to stack the pelvis. Stretch, stretch, stretch. So expansive. Deep breath in. Exhaling fully. This time as you inhale, leg extends nice and high. Exhale to close the pelvis. Toes point down. Inner thigh rolls towards the sky. Inhale, inner heel reaches a little bit higher. And exhale to step outside of that left palm, back knee and toes come on down. Tented fingertips, inhaling, heart and hips slide forward, finding a little bit of movement. So yummy. Taking 3 breaths, inhale. Exhaling. Deep breath in. Exhale, letting go. One more breath, deepest breath. And exhaling completely, planting the palms, stepping back, finding your down dog once again. And from here, we'll take about maybe 10 steps forward, taking one step at a time, and notice as you transfer the weight to each foot, walking yourself forward. You step from right to left, shifting the weight as it pours into the mat, left to right, shifting the weight as it pours into the mat. Yeah, almost becoming curious and almost obsessive sometimes about our movement. Make it seem quite fun and exciting. Even a step, there's so much happening in the body. Yeah, having a nice little bend in the knees here, dropping the neck, shaking the head yes and no, maybe, and then a yes. Release the belly so that the spine can be nice and heavy. Take a deep breath in, letting it go. And softening the knees a little bit more. You'll draw the chin towards the tailbone, just like a cat spine, and then roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Slowly pressing into the feet. Eventually the knees will extend long, hips will open. Shoulders can come up to the ears and fall down the back of the body, palms face forward. You can lift up the toes, spread them super, super wide, and then plant them deep into the earth below you. Yeah, lifting up with the kneecaps, tailbone roots into the earth, belly reaches up for the heart, chest, heart is open. Maybe close the eyes for a moment. Just take a moment to say, I am here. I'm here in this body, and I made the choice to step onto this mat today. What a beautiful gift to give myself. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Let it out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the nose. Inhale, arms sweep high. Lifting the eyes with the fingertips. As you exhale, creasing forward, folding forward. Palms find the mat. As you inhale, halfway lift, nice long spine. Exhale, planting the palms, stepping the right leg back, knee and toes come on down to the mat. Pressing into the earth as you inhale, arms sweep high. And exhale, palms find the mat, stepping back downward facing dog. Inhale to roll the spine forward to plank, maybe moving through that yummy cat spine, doming the body, and then finding this super nice, strong, long plank. Yeah, we'll do one of our little funny dip push-ups just to check in with our elbows and our lats. So bending the elbows out to the side, pulling them into the rib cage, and then pressing the elbows towards the front of the room. So strong, deep inhale. Exhale, belly button to spine. One more deep breath in. And then exhale, lowering down through chaturanga or knees touch chin if you're not ready yet. Inhale, heart reaches forward for cobra or up dog, nice long, long spine. And exhale, hips back, downward dog. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. Inhale, right leg sweeps high, inner heel leads towards the sky. Exhale, stepping between the palms softly. Knee and toes come back down to the mat. Pressing down to inhale the arms high. Exhale, palms find the earth, stepping forward, forward fold. Inhale, arms sweep high. And exhale, folding right back down. Inhale for your halfway lift. And exhale, palms plant, left leg back, knee and toes come on down. We've been here before, pressing down. Inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, palms find the mat, stepping back, downward dog. Curling the spine, so chin and tail reach together, curling forward, all the way to your plank. We'll find this shape again, checking in. We'll do our nice little push-up here. Elbows out to the side, roll them towards the rib cage, and then press the elbows forward. Yeah, take a deep breath in. Exhale, nice long neck, belly to spine. One more inhale. And exhale, lowering the body down, elbows into the rib cage. Inhale, heart reaches forward. And exhale, hips back downward facing dog. You can inhale to lift the left leg high. Inner heel is what's leading you. Exhale, stepping between the palms, right knee and toes come on down to the mat. Pressing down, inhale, arms sweep high. And exhale, palms to the mat, stepping forward, forward fold. Staying down here, heel toeing the feet towards the outside of the mat. Heels can be a little bit in to send the hips down, finding an early malasana. And begin to just shift the hips side to side here. Yeah, depending on where you're at, it does not matter. It is, again, what feels good. That's what we're doing today. We're doing what feels good today. So maybe your hips are high, maybe they're super low. I like to keep my fingertips on the ground and just rock side to side. Eventually finding somewhere in stillness and seeing if you can press your weight into the outer edges of the feet. It's almost like you're being held from behind. Yeah, you're creating space in front of you. Elbows come into the inner knees, palms come together. Just taking a moment here. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Checking back in. I am here. Deep breath in. Exhale, letting it go. Bring the palms back down to the mat, lifting the hips high, heel toeing the feet back to about hip width apart. You can inhale for your halfway lift. And as you exhale, planting the palms, stepping or hopping or floating to the back of the mat, finding yourself in your plank pose again. We'll do our elbow push-up one more time. So finding your super strong plank and then bending the elbows out, pulling them together and then pressing the elbows forward. Super stable. Yeah, take a deep breath in. Exhale, lowering yourself down. Inhale, heart reaches forward. And then exhaling, hips back, downward facing dog. I think we should be warm enough for our standing series, I think. You know, just listen to your body. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Let it out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, feeling the lips. Out through the nose. Inhale, right leg reaches high, inner heel leads the leg. Exhale, knee comes towards the nose. Inhale, right leg sweeps high, square pelvis. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Pausing here, lowering the knee down towards the wrist. Bringing it back up towards the elbow. We'll do that one more time, dropping it down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, pulling it back up. Inhale, right heel lift high. Exhale, crossing the body towards the left elbow. Taking a breath. Exhale, holding. We're not going to lower it down. Don't worry. We're just holding. Still is challenging, I guess. One more breath here. Exhaling, heel reaches back for the sky. Taking one more breath in. And as you exhale, knee pulls towards the nose. Pull, 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 pushing all of the breath out. So much space that you can step between the palms. Back knee stays lifted. Tense the fingertips. And begin reaching the crown of the head away from that left heel. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more breath here. And exhaling fully, lifting up the palms. You can inhale to sweep the arms high, finding our high crescent lunge. Rolling that left hip forward. can even come up a little bit just to really square off the hips. It's like you're pulling the inner thighs together, yeah? Then arms sweep high, and then the hips can begin to shift forward. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more inhale here. Exhale, letting it go. Palms meet behind the spine, clasping behind the pelvis. Inhale to open up the heart space. We're moving into a sort of pseudo humble warrior. As you find an exhale, begin tilting the spine forward. Back knee, back heel stays lifted. So you're laying the torso onto that right leg and keeping the hips nice and centered. Yeah, we like to splay our pelvis out to the side, pulling it back towards the middle. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more inhale. Palms lift away from the spine. Exhale, palms come back towards the body. Inhale, palms reach high. And exhale, coming back down to frame that right foot. Left palm stays on the earth, inhaling to lift the right arm high. And exhale to open up the heart towards the sky. A nice twist here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, really lifting the back knee, finding a nice super inflated joint there. One more inhale. And this time as you exhale, turning all 10 toes towards the right side of the mat, we're gonna find a nice stretch in this outer right hip. Yeah, as you pull the right hip back, you're closing the pelvis and twisting the body to really open up that right IT band. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more breath here. As you exhale, right arm reaches towards the front of the mat, then pours onto the earth, finding this sort of transition all the way towards the long edge of the left side of the mat, Prasarita Padottanasana. Not as confusing as it sounds, it's hard to describe. Yeah, so wide-legged forward fold, toes point in slightly. You can walk the fingertips forward, super nice long spine, slight bend in the knees, and really open up the hips. Yeah, it's kind of like you're spreading the sit bones away from one another, so you really can open up the low spine. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, pouring the spine forward, finding that forward fold. You can leave the knees bent if you like, or maybe straightening them. It gets at a different muscle set. So again, what feels good? What feels yummy and good? I like to leave my arms really like out in front of me, kind of a nice shoulder opener. You can reach them through the legs. You can hold on to the legs. Just taking about 2 or 3 more breaths here. Maybe letting out some sounds, maybe a sigh, maybe a little bit of movement. And as you're ready, coming back into that nice long spine we found, so tenting the fingertips, you're gonna thread your right arm underneath the body, reaching for that left ankle, calf, or you could even reach all the way for the left heel if that feels good. I'm gonna do ankle personally. And as you inhale, and feel the body, and exhaling to begin to turn yourself underneath that left arm. Notice here, oftentimes we lean the pelvis over to the left. That's totally fine if that feels really good. You can also challenge yourself to pull that right hip back, find a bit more square pelvis. Yet, like to say, it doesn't matter what you're doing as long as you know what you're doing. Which is kind of funny. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, twisting a little deeper. One more deep breath in here. Exhaling fully. Letting go of that twist. You can turn the heels in towards one another. And you might have to walk the feet out a little bit. We're going to shift into Sandasana, bending that left knee, shifting the hips over, letting the right foot flex, and we'll find this shape. So wherever you're at, you can always slide that support underneath you if you like. And maybe just keeping the palms on the ground. Again, I think today we're focusing less on the shape itself and what feels good. It's important to do that every so often, yeah? So this is a sort of half malasana situation on the left side. See if you can press into that outer edge of that left foot. Even if your heel is up, it's again, it's kind of like tuning into the outer muscles of this left leg to really open up. So you're creating space in front of you, and you're kind of holding, the back body is what's holding you. If you want to bring the palms into the heart, that's a beautiful place to go. You can leave them on the earth. Just taking a few breaths here. Notice as you take a deep breath in, you can send it all the way into the base of the pelvis. As you exhale, seeing if you can be a little bit softer. Indulge in the sensations that feel good. Take one more breath here. And exhaling to let it go. And planting the palms, just sort of walking them, I guess you could say. You'll draw the right foot down, and we're going to turn towards the back of the mat to a left-legged lunge here. You can keep the torso glued to the left thigh and shifting the weight forward, and eventually the right heel will begin to lift. So we're doing kind of a variation of standing split, but we're going to keep the torso glued to the left leg, and you can tent the fingertips out in front of you. So you'll have a bend in that left knee, and then begin lifting that inner heel of the right foot high. Taking a deep breath in, exhaling fully. Notice the tendency, we like to open up our hips because we feel more flexible that way, but this is a little bit different, yeah? So keeping that torso nice and glued, inner heel is what's reaching, so super square pelvis. Taking 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhaling fully. Deepest breath in. Deepest breath out. Bending that right knee, the heel will come towards the tush, and then begin drawing that right knee in towards the chest. So you're still just on that left foot. From here, pressing so deep into that left foot that you can begin rolling up through the spine. As you find your way towards standing, you can hold on to that right knee. Whew, we made it, yeah? This kind of nice moment where the glute of the right leg, or the left leg actually gets the release when we're in the standing shape. So just noticing that. Really gluing that left foot deep into the earth. And then we'll move into a figure 4 chair. This is a really nice hip opener and balance that we're going to combine together. So you can let go of that right knee. Try your best to balance. If you fall over, I like to remind myself the earth is right there. It'll always catch us. We'll cross the right ankle over the left knee. You can draw the palms into the heart to start off here. When we find this shape, you can begin to pour the pelvis forward. Yeah, it's not like when we're in chair and we're trying to sort of like flatten the spine. In this shape, you actually want to pour the pelvis forward, and it begins to open up the hips. It feels nice and yummy. Nice crease in the front of the pelvis here. And see if you can keep your palms at the heart center. You can always drop them down to the earth if that feels good and more stable for you. But see if you can challenge yourself here. Yeah, really reaching the pelvis back to open up the hips. We'll take 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhaling. Planting that left foot into the earth. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. 1 more breath here. And exhaling fully. We're going to do something that is quite challenging that I'm trying to work on myself. So here we go. If you have a block nearby, it might be helpful just for some balance, but you also don't necessarily need it. Begin dropping the pelvis down to the earth. Eventually, this is a lot of work on that left leg, but we got it, yeah? Eventually, the pelvis will drop onto the heel. I always fall over, so that's what we're working on. We're going to find a balance here, yeah? So flex that right foot over the left knee. It's really hard. So if you keep your pelvis right kind of centered over the left heel, that's helpful. And for now, you may just have your fingertips on the ground. You might have a block handy. You might fall over. That's also totally great. Yeah, and ideally, rather than kind of like sitting and being like, I can't balance, yeah, you want to keep the body engaged, yeah? So you want to gather the base of the pelvis and really pull yourself off of that left heel. It's a lot of work on that left leg. So we're just going to be here for 2 more breaths. Yeah, if you fall over, amazing. If you don't, also amazing. We're just here taking 2 breaths. Deep inhale. Exhale, nice long spine. Whew. Taking 1 more breath. And exhaling completely, drawing the palms back forward. Kind of awkward moment.
planting that left heel back down, and then extending that left leg long. You can slide the right leg over the left for cross-legged forward fold. Walk your palms over to the front, I guess back right corner because we're facing the back of the mat now. And then shifting the hips back towards the back left heel. You're finding a nice opening in the left hip. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, letting it go. Deep inhale. Exhaling. Yeah, just letting go of any frustration or fatigue. Yeah, again, we are leaning towards what feels good. Even if we feel challenged, we can find what feels good inside of that. Taking one more breath here. Exhaling to let it go. You can plant that right foot just to step the left foot next to it, and then sort of recenter yourself in the middle of the mat. Take a deep breath in for a nice long spine, halfway lift. Exhale, planting the palms, stepping or hopping back to your plank position. Taking a deep breath in here, and then exhaling to lower yourself down through your vinyasa. You can inhale to reach the heart forward, and then exhaling the hips back for downward dog. We'll take about 3 to 5 breaths here to kind of reconnect with our breath before moving to our next side. How's everybody doing? Can I get a thumbs up? Nice. I love what happens when you ask yogis to give a thumbs up and they're just like, everybody's trying to say so much in the position that they're in. It's beautiful. Now take a deep breath in through the nose. Let it out through the mouth. Inhale, sealing the lips this time. Let it out through the nose. Inhale, left heel reaches high. And exhale, drawing the knee to the nose. Pausing, pressing deep, deep, deep. Inhale, left heel reaches high. And exhale, this time left knee to left elbow, pausing here, dropping that knee down to the wrist, and then pulling it back up. Yeah, we'll do that one more time. Dropping the knee down, and pulling it back up, almost to the armpit if you can. And then inhale to lift that heel high. Exhale, knee to the right elbow, crossing the body, pausing here, really seeing if you can pull that knee up into the body. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, pulling it a little tighter. Deep breath in as you lift the left heel high. And exhale, knee to nose, press, press, press all the way, all of the air out, making space to gently step between the palms. Back knee stays lifted. So tending the fingertips, I want to get ahead of myself here. And lifting the back of the neck so that the head really is reaching away from that right heel. Super nice inflated right knee. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, reaching away. And then gently lifting the palms up as you inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, right hip is rolling forward. It's like reaching, yearning for the front of the room. Feels so good, opening this right front of the hip. Deep breath in, reaching, pressing, lifting. Exhale, shoulders soft, hips sink a little deeper. One more breath. And this time, exhaling, palms meet behind the spine, lacing the fingers together. You can inhale to open up the heart, lifting, again, keeping that gathering of the pelvis. And then as you're ready, begin lowering the torso down. Nice center body here. Yeah, we like to forget our center. That's the whole practice of yoga, is keeping ourselves towards the middle. Deep breath in. Exhale, palms lift away from the spine. Deep inhale. Exhaling fully, one more breath here. And exhaling, palms meet the spine. Once again, inhale, arms sweep high. And exhale, we're framing the left foot. Planting the right palm, inhale to lift the left arm high, finding this nice gentle twist. Really gluing, or not gluing, but really reaching that left hip back can help actually open up the left outer hip and twist you a little bit deeper, all the way from the base of the spine. Eyes can lift up to the left fingertips. 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale fully. Check in with that right elbow. Is it scooping and pointing towards the front of the mat? Exhaling completely. As you're ready here, you can turn the toes towards the left side of the mat. So all 10 toes facing, you're twisting a little bit deeper, and as you pull this left hip back, you will hear or feel your left hip talking to you. It's like you're trying to close the pelvis so much, twisting deep in the hips. Nice yummy stretch. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhaling. Deep breath in. And deep, deep breath out. Palm sweeps down to the mat, and toes eventually point all the way to the right side, walking yourself over for your wide-legged forward fold. Toes slightly point in. Walk the fingertips forward. Nice long spine, nice little bend in the knees. Really finding this front hip crease. Yeah, inhale, nice long spine. As you exhale, letting the body fall forward. Feels so good. Leaving the knees bent or extending them long. Finding either the same variation in the hands or maybe something different. If you do want to keep opening up the shoulders, you're welcome to clasp the palms behind the spine and then let them fall away. Yeah, we love this one. Always feels so good in the chest and the shoulders. But do what feels good. We'll take 2 or 3 more breaths here. Really feeling the body. As you're ready, tenting the fingertips again, reaching the spine nice and long, and then threading the left arm through this time, reaching for the right heel, ankle, or calf muscle. Noticing what's happening with your pelvis and just making a choice, yeah? Either you want it to be off center or you want it to be square, it does not matter, just make a choice. Inhaling to fill the body. And as you exhale, twisting underneath the right side body. 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhaling fully, really letting the back of the body open. Feels quite nice. 1 more breath. Inhale. And exhaling, completely letting that go. And gently walking the palms to frame the right foot this time. The torso will glue down to that right quad, and then shifting the weight forward, lifting the left heel high. Yeah, finding this nice variation of standing split. Inner heel of the left leg is reaching high, square pelvis. And exhaling to lift it a little higher, yeah? So it's not necessarily about how high it gets. It's the integrity of the shape itself. And see if you can find a little bit of joy in this. I know this one isn't as fun as the others. It's not as gooey, but it's definitely informative. 1 more breath here together. Deep inhale. Then as you exhale, left heel comes towards the glute, drawing the knee in towards the chest, and gently rolling up through the spine. Ooh, yeah, that right glute is fired up. Nice. Drawing the left knee into the chest, or clasping the knee, kind of nice. And just sort of letting that effort of the right glute fall away. Yeah, it's amazing how strong our bodies are. Even when we feel like they are struggling, they still support us. So nice of them. Thank you, body. Now letting go of that knee as you're ready, trying to just stay on this right leg as much as possible. Again, reminding ourselves falling is cool, totally great. You can draw the left ankle over the right thigh, palms meet at the heart, and then begin pouring the pelvis forward and letting that right knee bend a little bit, really getting into the hips. We'll just take about 3 to 5 breaths here. Deep, deep breath. Maybe the hips sink a little bit deeper, pelvis pours forward. 1 more deep breath. And then from here, if you can, try without your hands. You can also grab onto something or the earth to see if you can lower the hips down towards that right heel. You might fall like I do. I'm a big faller, it's okay. Yeah, if you have something to hold on to, like a block, great, but we're just gonna find this for a moment. Yeah, I know it's hard. I'm new to this shape, so I definitely am struggling. Seeing if you can gather, even like that action of
sort of engaging and disengaging, just notice it. Yeah, the balance part is hard, and that's okay. We can't always find balance in that. It's just part of being human. Yeah, taking 2 more breaths here. Exhaling. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And gently walking the palms back towards the top of the mat. You can shift the weight into the heel and lift the hips high, slide the left leg over the right, then walk the palms over to the front left corner of the mat and gently lean the hips into the right heel. Nice release for that right leg. We're going to be sore tomorrow, and that is awesome. Yeah. Taking 2 more breaths here. Letting it go. Deep, deep breath. Letting it go. And walking the palms back towards center, pouring the weight into the right foot, left foot actually. However you want to find your feet together, and just readjusting to the middle of the mat. You can inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to plant the palms, stepping or floating to the back of the mat. Optional flow here. This will be the last one. Finding yourself in down dog. Your last down dog. You like to say goodbye sometimes to this shape, even though it's always there for us. When you find your down dog, take a deep breath in through the nose. Let it out through the mouth. And dropping the chin to the chest, curling the spine forward, finding your plank for a moment, and then lowering yourself all the way down, nice and slow, super controlled elbows pull into the spine. And eventually you find yourself on your belly. You can lay one palm on top of the other for a nice pillow for the forehead, and then just give the hips a nice rock side to side. You can sort of wag the feet in and out. It's a lot of work that we just did. Feels quite nice to lay face down. It's a very humble posture. From here, we'll be moving into our bow pose. So you can draw the elbows underneath the shoulders for Sphinx to start off with. We're going to build on this. And find this nice engagement in the shoulders. You can root down through the tailbone. And find a nice sort of engagement in the front of the body. From here, you can bend the right knee, flexing the foot nice and strong, and then reach back for the right ankle with the right hand. Yeah, you can hold on to the outside of the ankle. From here, begin kicking into that right ankle, right hand, pulling the body back. Nice opener for the shoulder. If it feels good and right for you, you can press into the left palm and open the front of the body even more. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deepest inhale, pulling, pulling, pulling. Open the front of the body. And as you exhale, lowering that elbow back down, letting go of that ankle, palms come in front of you to create that pillow, and lay the head down once again. Taking just a moment. And then we'll do the other side. So drawing the elbows back under the shoulders. Again, engaging the shoulders so that they are nice and strong, attached to the rib cage. I like to think about that. Yeah, pulling the navel up into the heart space, rooting down through the tailbone. Bending the left knee this time, reaching all the way back for the outside of that left foot, re-squaring the body, and then begin pressing or kicking into that left palm. Yeah, kicking so much that you open up the right chest or the left chest, maybe pressing into that the right palm. Start mixing up my rights and lefts. I think you guys got it. Yeah, pulling and pressing, really opening up the front of the body as much as you can. Oh, feels so good. Open, open, open. One more deep breath. And exhale, letting it go. The right elbow comes back down and palms come back in front of the body. Just give the hips one nice shift side to side. And if you like, we'll do one last bow. So bending both knees here, reaching back and lift the head. You don't have to lift or stay down with your forehead. Holding on to both of the outer ankles. And before you move forward here,
seeing if you can really draw the inner thighs together. We're going to keep the hips square, which means that the knees are going to reach together. From here, kicking into the palms, and then begin to lift the heart. Yeah, you don't have to go that high if you don't want to, but you can. The body is quite agile. So rooting down through the pelvis, opening up the front of the heart, taking just 3 breaths. Inhale, exhaling, deepest breath. Exhaling, really pulling and pressing and opening. One more inhale. Exhale, softening down, letting that go. Palms come back under the forehead. One last shift side to side with the hips. And then from here, super simple transition, just rolling over onto your back. And draw the knees into the chest and give yourself a nice big squeeze. Finding a happy baby. And checking in with yourself if you need anything else. Yeah, we didn't invert, but we did a lot. And, you know, we always want more time in class, but just listening, yeah, you can do whatever you want. Like, I like to remind myself of that too. You know, we set limits, we set boundaries, but at the end of the day, you can do whatever you need and whatever feels good. It's a beautiful gift that we have as humans. And listening to your heart. Beautiful choices. And eventually, you'll find your way towards your Shavasana. No rush. This is your time for you. And what feels better than laying down? Yeah, this sort of yummy sensation when we truly indulge in being held by the earth below us. There's no effort. You're just simply being. Say, I am here and I am supported. I can fall deeper into the earth and the earth will always catch me. I can allow the air on my skin to rest. I can allow for my body to simply be, my mind to simply be. Shavasana. Staying here in your state of rest for as long as you need. As you're ready, perhaps beginning to invite a deeper breath into the body, allowing for the breath to fill this beautiful space that you've created for yourself. Drawing some movement into the fingers and the toes, so soft and gentle, maybe wrists
and ankles, elbows, knees. You can reach the arms over the head. Just really indulge. Yummy. Feels good. Make your way to one side of the body, pausing for a moment, allowing for the bones to fall once again, and letting the earth support you as you make your way to your closing seat. The eyes be soft or closed, drawing the palms towards the heart. Taking a moment of gratitude for this body and the experience that we are able to have in this body. Beautiful indulgence in feeling good. The sensations that our bodies offer us. Beautiful information. Beautiful, the deep ocean of intricate wildness that our bodies hold for us. And just a moment of deep love for that. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Let it out through your mouth. And we'll inhale for Om. Bowing the chin to the chest. Honoring this practice. Honoring all that has come before us. All that is yet to come. And all that is with us in each and every moment. Thank you for a beautiful practice today, yogis. Namaste.